Today we're going to be making a peppered steak, mushroom and red wine pie. So it's going to have a lovely thick rich gravy, and then it's going to be a little bit different because we're going to use a suet crust pastry for the lid. This sort of pastry isn't used very often, but believe me, it is extra special, so give it a go. I'm Kath from Her Majesty Cooks. Let's do it. If you have time, this is best cooked the day before. So on the plate, put 2 tablespoons of plain flour mixed with a tablespoon of crushed black pepper. I'm coating 700 grams of beef in the mixture till it's all nicely covered, leaving any excess of flour on the plate. In a large pan, heat a tablespoon of vegetable oil over a high heat. So we're going to brown the meat in batches, using extra oil if necessary. So do it in batches, and you don't want to crowd the pan as it will steam the meat rather than browning it. And when it's done, you just transfer it into a bowl so it's all lovely and getting brown, and then sort of scrape up any crispy bits off the bottom and then just leave it to one side in a bowl. So then add another tablespoon of oil to the pan, add a large chopped onion, give that a good stir, and then mix in 2 crushed garlic cloves and gently cook it until softened. So to the pan, add 250 grams of sliced mushrooms and give that a good mix, and then leave for a couple of minutes. So we add the meat and the juices back to the pan, mix in and add 300 ml of red wine. Bring the pan to the boil. Then next we're going to add 350 ml of beef stock. I've just used an oxo cube here. Then we add the remaining ingredients, which are a bay leaf, half a teaspoon each of salt and sugar, and a half tablespoon of tomato puree. Give that all a good mix in. You can see it's already starting to look a nice rich colour. Then bring to the boil and then turn to a very low simmer for 2.5 hours. So if you're making the suet pastry, follow my link in the description, or you can use shortcrust or bought puff pastry. So gently roll out to the desired size, so you don't have to have this type of pastry too thin. So I've used a pie dish, a litre pie dish for this quantity. So what we're going to do next is just run your damp fingers around the rim of the pie dish so the pastry will stick a bit better, and then pick the pastry up using the rolling pin for support and drape over the dish. And then what we're going to do next is just trim off the excess pastry with a sharp knife and just keep the trimmings to one side. And then we're going to brush all over the top with beaten egg, give it a nice golden colour. What I like to do is just make some simple rustic leaves with the trimmings like so. And it just pretties it up really, and brush them with egg wash too. So then just pop them on top of the pie. And then we're going to place it into a baking tray and pop in a preheated oven, 190 fan for 25 minutes. So you can see it's all lovely and golden brown now and crisp. So we'll have a look inside, and the meat is tender with its rich gravy, ready to serve with lots of veg. So that looks delicious. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments how you got on with this one. I hope it turned out superlicious. If you want to be the first to know when my new videos are uploaded, don't forget to subscribe. So I'll see you next time. I'm off my cup of tea now. I've got a ginger one this week, so it's lovely and soothing actually. So I'll see you next time. Bye!